Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our 2016 Donruss Signature Series Football Random Player 3-box break. We'll get started here in a few minutes. I just wanted to open up the live feed early just to make sure we didn't have any issues. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Howdy, random channel. Hope you're able to hear me all right. Make sure the audio is good before we get started into our awesome list. All right. Hope everybody who wanted to has been able to watch a little bit of baseball today. I watched a little bit earlier. We'll give it just another minute or two before we get started. I do know that it looks like there's a lot of first-time breakers with us in this one, so if you happen to be watching live and you have any questions about anything that's going on, just put it in the chat and I'll be happy to answer those questions as we're going through the break. We'll give it just another minute or two. Hey Mark, what's your eBay ID? I'll check for you before we get started. I'll go to our list and see if we can, or go to our random and see if we can run down your name. All right. We'll give it just another minute or two, just to make sure if anybody wants to watch. Mark, do you have one of those eBay IDs that's got 2 vowels and 14 consonants, and I won't be able to pronounce it probably correctly? That's one thing. I should have a disclaimer at the beginning of every one of my breaks apologizing for butchering everyone's eBay IDs when I try to pronunciate them, because I do a terrible job for the most part. All right. Well, it looks like it is a couple minutes after 7, so we'll go ahead and get started. Again, for those of you who are new to breaking, welcome to our break, and we certainly appreciate you doing your first break with us here at Cardboard Life for Breaks. If you have any questions or anything as we go through the process, please put those in the chat and I'll be happy to answer them as we go through. So what we're going to do now is we're going to list, we have everyone listed that purchased a spot in this break in our list randomizer at random.org, and we list everyone in order of which they purchased their spot. So for this particular break, Brad L. Hottie bought the last spot, and Cass Chris was kind enough to close us out, and he bought the last 7 spots, it looks like. So we're going to randomize this list 5 times, and then we're going to cut and paste it beside an alphabetical player list from the product. So there's once, twice, 3 times, 4, And lucky number 5. All right, so we've got SSC Big Hits in the first spot. And let's see who we've got in the last spot. Towers 14 has the last 2 spots. So we're going to put that in our Google spreadsheet here. And again, we're cutting and pasting that next to an alphabetical player list from the product. And since this product is all autographs, every one of these players listed have autograph cards in the product. So I'm going to cut and paste this over to the right a few columns and sort by everyone's eBay ID. That way it'll be a little shorter going through the list. Because with that many names, it does take a few minutes. So if you don't have a cold beverage, you might want to go get one. That might be a good idea. But I don't want to tell you how to live your life. Because we're all grown-ups. Or at least try to be. Okay. And then, of course, for those of us who are with bad eyesight, we'll blow up the list a little bit and bold the font. All right. Okay, Mark. Yeah, we've got you. Let me run down here real quick and make sure that you bought your spots not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yep, you got 5. Got 5, sir. Hopefully they will treat you well. Well, all right, Random Channel and Kathy. Hopefully you'll remember them as we go through the list so you'll know who you have. Especially if we hit something for you. All right, so here we go. The list. Again, this is going to take a few minutes. It always does. It's just part of our break since we do random player instead of random team. But it's an awful lot of fun and allows everybody to get in at a safe price point. Well, Kathy, I need to know your eBay ID just so, to confirm your spots, if that's what you're talking about. Well, we'll run upon it soon because I'm getting ready to go through the entire list. So here we go. 19 Elite 11 has Brian Cushing. 23 Yank has Connor Cook, Nick Vanette, and Roger Craig. Aaron Miller 3 NDSU has Ashawn Robinson, Delvin Breaux, Derek Watt, Dermonti Dawson, Earl Campbell, Eric Kendricks, Joe Flacco, John Hanna, Josh Shaw, Julius Thomas, Kelvin Taylor, Cordell Stewart, Laquan Treadwell, Moritz Boehringer, Michael Pruitt, Quentin Rollins, Randall Cunningham, Reggie Ragland, Robert Kelly, Roger Staubach, Russell Wilson, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Terrell Davis, Tim Brown, Torrey Holt, Troy Aikman, and Y.A. Tittle. Ace Hamlet has Amir Abdullah, Eddie Lacy, and Vance Johnson. AMAAMUS has Cody Core. Annapolis 02 has Austin Hooper, Emmanuel Ugba, and Eric Dickerson. Ann Jan has Antonio Freeman. Aaron Russi 0 has Steve Young. Ashley Bradle 32 has Devin Funchess. B. Brajo has Jeremy Macklin. B. Thine 59 has Adam Vinatieri, Alex Collins, Champ Bailey, Kenny Lawler, and Paul Perkins. Big Country RJ58 has Isaiah Burst. Bingo Nut 54 has Antonio Brown, Bill Parcells, Carl Eller, Cody Kessler, Dan Bailey, Jalen Smith, Lale Collins, Noah Spence, Rob Nikovic, Ryan Shazier, Sterling Shepard, and Xavier Howard. BiPav 37 has Archie Manning, Deion Sanders, Josh Doxson, Paul Dawson, Roberto Aguayo, Terry Bradshaw, and Warren Moon. Boca 9499 has Deion Jones, Ernest Givens, Jim Kelly, and Rico Gathers. Bod 619 has Sheldon Rankins. Boomer Sooner 2014 has Cam Chancellor. Brad L. Hottie has Randy White. Cass Chris has Aaron Donald, Amon Green, Bob Lilly, Eric Weddle, Mike Singletary, Ray Guy, Steve Grogan, and TJ Yeldon. Chilean 7092 has Alex Smith and Caleb Jones. CNL7 has Franco Harris. COD E3 has Doug Baldwin and Kendall Wright. Christash Howell 5 has Clay Matthews. Darfur 50 has Chris Moore, Jeff Saturday, and Kiko Alonso. Darrid 61 has DeForest Butner, Demarius Thomas, Hines Ward, Jamal Charles, and Trey Williams. Debo 038 has Dan Marino. Denker 91 has Frank Gore. DH8 99 has Corey Harkey. DQ 9701 has Braden Cooks and Brandon Coleman. Don Washi 79 has Kenyon Drake. Detour 6179 has Barry Sanders. Dusbra 5775 has Tajay Sharp. Dustin B53 has DeMarcus Ware and Tyreek Hill. Easy Mike has Mark Schlereth and Preston Smith. George Gurley 11 has Cyrus Jones and Hunter Henry. Goad 21 has Kevin Dodd. GRA has David DeCastro. Green 09503 has JJ Watt. GWXO has Delaney Walker, Julius Peppers, Mason Crosby, and Trey Waynes. Hanil Kim 1987-6 has Jarvis Landry. Harna 39 has Jamie Collins. Havoc 860 has Marvin Jones. Hardcore has Pharoah Cooper. Hillhick has CJ Anderson. H-Mall 4740 has Deion Buchanan. H-Tom has Philly Brown. Jackson Burnick 0 has Chris Ivory. Jasmine 1250 has Jermaine Curse. J and Jen 47978 has Aaron Rodgers, Braxton Miller, Brett Keisel, Doug Martin, Eric Rowe, Ezekiel Elliott, Icky Woods, Kendall Fuller, Miles Jack, and Vaughn Miller. JD22 patch has Aaron Burbridge, Blake Bortles, Jason Witten, Joe Hayden, Justin Hardy, Kenny Bell, Kevin Hogan, Marcus Allen, TJ Green, and Tron Ward. JW Logrog 2018 has Jaron Curse, Jerry Rice, Jim Zorn, and Keenan Reynolds. Jeremy ATU has Stephon Diggs. JFD has Robert Ndimski. Never can pronounce that. Joe Carl 2 has John Kuhn, Kenjon Barnes, and Kevin Byard. JOJ has Darren Woodson. Joscup 0 has Danny Shelton. JPJC 1215 has Allen Robinson, DeMarcus Ayers, Desmond Trufant, Eddie George, Jordan Payton, Matt Forte, Paxton Lynch, Sean Mannion, Steve Tasker, Tyler Boyd, and Tyler Higbee. JTM has Charlie Joyner, Jared Goff, Mark Gastineau, Tony Romo, and Tyler Eifert. Jug US has Kevin Green. Carl Emmer 0 has Travis Benjamin. Kath Hartman 3 has Willie McGinnis. KDude 99 has Chris Smith. KIR has Antonio Gates, Trevor Davis, and William Jackson III. Kristen Aub has Andy Dalton. Kurt 2980 has Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, Bill Bates, Brian Bosworth, Carson Wentz, good gracious, Charles Haley, Danny Woodhead, Derek Henry, Doug Flutie, Fran Tarkington, Giovanni Bernard, Greg Olson, Jake Ruddock, Joe Namath, Keith Marshall, Kelvin Benjamin, Leonte Carew, Paul Horney, Peyton Manning, and Sebastian Janikowski. Layway has Jim Kick. My Prus Zero has Chris Dolman, Devontae Booker, Des Bryant, Carl Joseph, Elsie Greenwood, Matt Hazel, and Swat Cravens. Marm GI has Drew Brees, Emmitt Smith, Marshall Falk, Morton Anderson, and Ricardo Lewis. Mendo 95380 has Andrew Billings, Christian Hackenberg, Jim McMahon, Keon Neal, Kenneth Dixon, Rod Streeter, Ronnie Lott, Scott Crichton, Stephon Anthony, and Teddy Bruschi. MIBLUS has Darrell Rivas. Mika 53 has Adam Goddess, Artie Burns, Brandon McManus, Cole Beasley, Crockett Gilmore, Dick LeBeau, Ed Tootal Jones, Gil Sayers, Geno Atkins, Jerron Reed, Jeremy Langford, Jordan Richards, Kevere Russell, Rashard Higgins, Ron Jaworski, Tony Lippett, Travis Kelsey, Troy Brown, and Tyler Murphy. Michigan Kicks has Dan Hampton. Mike's Non-Lethal has Alan Hearns, Cameron Hayward, Christian Okoye, Derek Carr, Eric Berry, Haloti Nagata, Lamar Miller, Muhammad Wilkerson, Nate Sudfeld, Randall Cobb, and Rashard Matthews. MJA 216 has Bruce Smith, Dak Prescott, Eli Manning, John Elway, Neil Smith, Ozzie Newsome, and Richard Dent. M. Kelly 6842 has Jeremy Hill, Joe Theismann, Malcolm Mitchell, Russ Grimm, and Walt Garrison. M. Kizzle 10 has Arik Armstead, David Johnson, Jeff Driscoll, Justin Forsett, and Tyler Irvin. My Fire 75683 has Brandon Doty. Nuv West has Brian Urlacher. P Fun 21 has Lawrence Taylor. PRPREKA has Charchandrick West and Keith Mumphrey. R Bishop 71 has Thurman Thomas. Rich 311 has Boomer Esiason, James Bradbury, and Thomas Davis. Rick Trebe 0 has DeAndre Washington, Dexter Manley, Jordan Matthews, Mackenzie Alexander, Shaq Lawson, and Todd Gurley. Rick Weiss 19 has CJ Price, Cedric Ubushi, totally messed that up, but y'all can read it. Corey Coleman, Derek Brooks, Jimmy Ward, Jordy Nelson, Luke Kuechly, Ray Lewis, Travis Swanson, and Trevor Simeon. River City Breaker has Andrus Peet, Brian Mitchell, DeMarcus Robinson, Earl Thomas III, Heath Miller, Jacoby Brissett, James Harrison, Jerome Bettis, John Dornbors, Kabir Jamala, I think I pronounced that right, oh well, Kalen Clay, Lorenzo Malden, Marcus Smith, Mark Barron, Richard Sherman, Steve Atwater, Thomas Rawls, Vernon Hargraves III, Victor Cruz, and Will Fuller V. RYARP has Matt Jones. SURKDA has Drew Pearson and Mike Tolbert. Samu 78 has Jameis Winston. Scott 4598 has Taylor Henke. Sarah Moo 21 has Kurt Warner and Nick Mangold. Sean Burr 73 has Carl Davis, Joe Thomas, Michael Thomas, TJ Carey, and Von Bell. Suso 77 has Brett Favre, Chris Jones, and Nate Orchard. Sparkacard 65 has Rod Woodson. SSC Big Hits has AJ Green, Austin Johnson, Ed Reed, Frank Clark, Joe Green, Jordan Howard, Marshawn Lynch, Quandry Diggs, Steve Largent, and Tony Dorsett. Stacy F704 has Jalston Fowler. Starmang 17 has Andre Reed, James Starks, Josh Gordon, Marcus Mariota, and Mark Chimura. Starter Street Sales 5 has Jackson Jeffcoat. Tao Bay 21 has Ed Reynolds. The Shade Tree Collector has James White and Phil McConkey. Tone has Anthony Harris. Towers 14 has Brashad Perryman, Earl Wolf, Eli Apple, Gary Barnridge, Kamala Correa, Mike Vrabel, Preston Brown, Wendell Smallwood, and Yannick Ukwe, and Zach Ertz. Travis Pressgrave 0 has Ryan Khalil. Trey Camp 64 has Dion Lewis. Trey Gray 31 has Brandon Allen, Brock Osweiler, Edgerrin James, Fred Dreyer, Joey Bosa, and Kevin Mawe. U00900092 has John Brown and Michael Bennett. Unlikely Crusader has Cardell Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, Jamison Crowder, Jarrell Freeman, and Kenny Clark. Warland 7 has Chris Spillman and TJ Jones. WVU Morris has Jalen Ramsey. Iser 1919 has Emmanuel Sanders and LaDainian Tomlinson. All right. Whew. Now that we went through the list, give me just a moment to slide my chair over and we'll open up our boxes and see what we have. All right, there's our boxes. Yeah, Corey, sometimes it takes a while for our breaks to sell out. Some sell out quicker than others. If you don't want to wait on whichever one you've bought into, all you have to do is send me a message on eBay and I will send you a quick refund for whichever spots you might have. Some people are okay with waiting, some aren't. I totally get that. I totally understand that. For those who are, that's great, and for those that aren't, that's cool too. All right, let's tear into our 3 boxes. So each box has 4 autograph cards. I'll stack these back here. I'll go ahead and cut the overwrap on all of them. There's our pack. Let me look real quick, Kathy. Let's see here. Misty, what's your ID? Kathy and Misty, what are your, do me a favor and put your IDs in the chat and I'll go back and go through the list before we start. Kathy, I don't see that bidder name in our list. We don't have that. The Kathy Press. Would it have been under a different ID? I've got a Katie Hartman. Ari, what's your eBay ID? Well, I'd need to know his eBay ID before I can find out what his player is. Andrew, see that? You have Steve Young, Ari. Here, I'll show it to you on the screen real quick. You have Steve Young. Do you see that? All right, well, let's go ahead and get through this first box. Those of you that are wondering who you have, do me a favor and post your ID in the chat, and I will look for it once it's posted. All right, first card, Chris Jones for the Chiefs. Next card, ooh, little rookie jersey auto for Ola Cooper. Our next card is Marvin Jones, and that's a parallel. It's serial numbered 9 of 15 there in the upper left corner. Nice parallel autograph there. Marvin Jones. And our last card out of box one. Oh, very nice. Elusive Ink, Steve Atwater from the Broncos. All right. What's your email, Misty? I'm not understanding that. I just need your eBay ID. That way I can go back through the list and see who you had in the draw. All right, box number 2. All right. Our first card out of box number 2 is Adam Godis. Our second card out of box number 2 is a Rico Gathers. And our third card is a redemption. It is a Rookie Signature Series Gold Artie Burns. Now this has expired, but a lot of times Panini will still have these in stock. So whoever was the winner of the Artie Burns spot, you might want to reach out to them on social media or email through their website and see if they'll send you something for this card anyway. it's good to keep in your Panini redemption account. Even though it is expired, you can still register it, I believe. And then our last card in box 2 is Elusive Ink, Neil Smith. A lot of Chiefs cards coming out of these boxes. Misty, if you've bought from me, you've had to have went through eBay to do that because I only sell my spots on eBay. So you may have registered through a guest account, but if you go on, if you have it on your phone, if you go back on eBay, you can go to my eBay section and look at your purchases, and that will help me find out where you are in the draw list. Because without your eBay ID, right now I'm not able to do that. Because that's how I list everyone out, by their IDs. Box number 3. All right, first card out of our last box is Ed Reynolds. Ed Reynolds. And our next card is the Feared and Dreaded Panini points, 250 points. So we'll re-random the list, and whoever's at the top will get the points. Our third card is Earl Wolf, and that's a gold parallel, serial numbered 16 of 25. Nice little card for the Wolf spot. And then our last card in box 3 is a Kevin Hogan jersey autograph rookie card. Another Chiefs card. All right. Go ahead and save our points card. So before we go back through the list and see who got which cards, we need to random those points. So let's see, random. Just give me 1 second to load up the list. All right. So we've got our list reloaded and random, and it's in the same order as the initial one. So we're going to hit the random 3 times, and the person listed at the top will get the 250 Panini points. 2 and number 3. And it goes to Michigan Kicks 3472. Congrats on that. All right, so let's go through the rest of our list and see who got which cards. So our Kevin Hogan jersey autograph rookie card goes to JD22 patch. Our Earl Wolf gold parallel autograph, serial number 25, goes to Towers 14. Our Ed Reynolds autograph goes to Teo Bay 21. Then our Neil Smith exclusive or elusive ink goes to MJA 216. And then our Artie Burns redemption goes to Mika 56, or 53 I should say. Our Rico Gathers autograph goes to Boca 9499. Our Adam Gotis autograph goes to Mika 53. Our elusive ink Steve Atwater goes to River City Breaker. Congrats. Our Marvin Jones hollow parallel signature, numbered to 15, goes to Havoc 860. And our Faroe Cooper rookie jersey autograph goes to Hardcore. And then our Chris Jones autograph goes to Susu 77. All right. We'll take a quick run through of our cards again. So there's our Chris Jones, our Faroe Cooper jersey autograph, our Marvin Jones signature, serial 9 out of 15, our Steve Atwater elusive ink, our Adam Gotis, our Rico Gathers, our Artie Burns redemption, our Neil Smith elusive ink autograph, and Ed Reynolds, Earl Wolf, and Kevin Hogan. All right. So that concludes our break for this evening. Thanks to everybody that bought spots in the break. As always, we appreciate it. For those of you that were joining us live on the break tonight, thanks for joining us. And I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much.